I'm Patrice Jones, longshoreman here at Port of Oakland, and we're here to basically protect the freedoms that we've already fought to gain and to continue to break new ground and ensure that workers' rights are protected, people's rights are protected, human rights are protected. So we're here for various reasons, and we're just coming out as a union to show support and stay strong and in solidarity with one another to ensure that things continue to get better and improve as we continue to go on.
Brothers and sisters, I'd like to start out by welcoming, first of all, my brothers and sisters from the International Longshore and Warehouse Union Local 10, 34, 91, and 75, and also our sister union, the ILWU. I'd like to welcome each and every organization. We want to welcome the teachers. We want to welcome the students from UC Santa Cruz. We want to welcome them. We want to welcome the public. And I just want to start out by saying what our purpose out here is. Starting in 2005, the ILWU Local 10 led the campaign to reclaim May Day. For those of you who don't know what May Day is, in 1886, May Day was the day that we started to fight for the 8-hour workday. And people died for us to have the right for an 8-hour workday, the right to have breaks, the right to have lunches, the right to be treated like human beings in the workplace. That fight continues today. And this is just another example of how people can stand together and to force these big bosses and corporate greedy people to treat us with respect. And I'm proud of the International Longshore and Warehouse Union for sparking this campaign. And I'd like to welcome each and every one of you that's joining us today to once again send that message to these employers that we will be setting the standards for labor in this country. The Labor Day in September is irrelevant. Today, we are joining workers all over the world and celebrating the real Labor Day, which is May 1st. So congratulations to all of you out here who showed up. We will be caravanning across the city today. We will be supporting the nurses, who we all know don't have enough proper PPEs to take care of our brothers and sisters that have been affected by COVID-19. We want to continue the ILWU Local 10 as we offload and load the essential cargo needed to stock our shelves, the very badly needed medical supplies. Here, we want to let these employers know, and particularly this employer right here, Stevedore Services of America, who since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic has been giving us a hard time about providing the proper PPEs for longshore workers to perform these essential jobs here. This is a message to you, and this is a message to all employers who think you can push workers around. We are united. An injury to one is an injury to all. No matter where you work, we are in the same boat. Power to the people.
Power to the people. And for those who thought we forgot about the Grand Princess, we have not. You have 43 crew members still on top of the Grand Princess that's been on that ship for going on 2.5 months now, working almost for free. Servitude, if you want to call it that. We asked Carnival Cruise Line to get those members off that ship. It's not a prison, and they're not slaves. They're human beings just like you and me, and they deserve to go back to their country to be with their families. Carnival Cruise Line is not taking the responsibility. The Grand Princess is due to come back up here in the Bay Area for another docking. That ship should have already been back in Florida and had a sterilized cleaning. But they want to continue to play with people's lives. This is an example of what we're talking about. That's why on May Day, we take back our day. We take back this day because it belongs to us, belongs to you, and belongs to the workers. Thank you very much.
All right, brothers and sisters, at this time we want to recognize the student workers from UC
Santa Cruz and Davis.
UC Santa Cruz and Davis. We want to commend them for standing up for themselves, but once again, we got for-profit businesses that want to oppress workers. And these brothers and sisters exercise their right to strike for better wages and better working conditions, and the employer's response was to fire them. We also want to give a shout out to the Amazon workers and let them know that we appreciate them. We appreciate them standing up for themselves. And the message I want to give to the employers before I hand the mic over to these students is that I want you to take a good look at what's happening out here. This is not just ILWU Local 10 members out here. This is everyone. And you better get ready when you want to oppress workers. We want to send a message to UC, the UC system, that we back these students. Power to the people.
All right. Thank you. My name is Carlos Cruz. I'm a graduate student at UC Santa Cruz. So I was recently fired about 2 months ago for my engagement in the strike. And what I gotta say is, an injury to one is an injury to all. That's why we're standing here with the ILWU. From port to port, we gotta be here and represent, pretty much all the rights, for the people, especially at this time during this COVID crisis, where we know that a lot of bosses are taking advantage of this time and exploiting their workers. And we're here to say fuck all that. So we're here to stand with our brothers and sisters at the ports.
Hello everybody, my name is Kieran Rajagopal from UC Davis. I live right here in deep East Oakland, so I'm very happy to be out here today with the comrades from ILWU. We're standing out here today not only to be in solidarity with ILWU and the beautiful people of Oakland, but to working people who are struggling all over the state, all over the nation, all over the world. I just hope we can be out here, make some noise, show that working people are going to be heard, and that we won't stand to be oppressed by the people with the money and the guns. So thank you everybody, and we're all standing together in this, so all power to the people.
All right, and once again, brothers and sisters, you see terminals, you see this terminal behind me? You see terminals lined up all up and down this street, all the way around to Port of Oakland. And today, nothing is moving. None of this cargo is moving today. And I want to thank the members of the International and Longshore Warehouse Union for that. And the message we want to send to these bosses is that together, all together, we will not be moved, just like this cargo. We will not be moved.
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Good morning, comrades, and happy International Workers' Day. Let's make some noise.
Yeah!
My name is Janabi. I'm with Pawis East Bay, a grassroots organization dedicated to the fighting for rights and welfare of Filipino workers and immigrants in the United States. We stand in solidarity with those of various front lines and uplift the workers' call for safe working conditions and fair wages and bring attention to our shared struggles across systems. Filipinos make up the large population of the world's domestic workforce at 5 million and have 6,000 people leave the country each day. The Filipino labor continues to be the signature of Philippine export by the labor export policy. The Filipino government provides no protection for these workers, and even as the Philippine economy has grown increasingly dependent on remittances from overseas workers. On March 9th, the Grand Princess docked here in Oakland and disembarked 3,500 passengers, but left the crew members inside. Workers were forced to continue to work in the contaminated ship and were left to protect themselves as they clean and sanitize the ship. What do we say to that? Filipinos make up the 20% of our international seafarers, so it was not a surprise when the Grand Princess docked here last month due to COVID-19 that there are over 500 Filipino workers in that ship. There are still 100,000 of crew members waiting at sea to be repatriated during the COVID-19. The organizing efforts of different organizations that you see here today and seafarers was able to repatriate those 500 Filipino crew members. But the mishandling of the process resulted in one death of a Filipino crew member in San Francisco and positive cases of COVID-19 here in the Bay Area and back in the Philippines. The repatriated Filipino workers pleaded with an open letter to the agencies for mass testings and proper protective equipment, but did not get any response. The flags that you see on the ships are nothing but flags of convenience. It is a way for companies to evade taxes, to make profit, and to lower the standards of protection for the workers. And back in the Philippines, workers feel the brunt of Duterte's anti-people policies and military response to COVID-19. Prior to COVID-19, workers in the Philippines already face harsh conditions, low wages, and mass unemployment. Now, while many remain hungry and unable to work during the enhanced community quarantine, Duterte's government has given a shoot to kill order and enforced undeclared martial law. This is unjust, and there will be unrest and resistance by the people. So we demand that our workers to not be treated like second-hand citizens during this pandemic, as we call for the prioritization of people over profit. We demand that our tax dollars do not go to the U.S. wars and aid the Philippine police and military, but instead it should go to safe and stable housing, jobs, education, and healthcare. Let us transform this outrage and turn it into collective action. Let's build a people's movement that takes care of each other and stands up and fights back when our workers are under attack. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Thank you, guys.
All right, brothers and sisters, next I want to bring up Brother John Holmes from the Peralta Confederation of Teachers.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Can you hear me through all the stuff I got on my face? Yes. You can hear me. Good. Anyway, I teach history at Merritt College, the proud home of the Black Panther Party, and I'm a member of the executive committee of the Peralta Federation of Teachers, Local 1603. I'm also participating in a new group called Higher Educators United, which is a inter-union activist network, including members and officers from many locals of the higher education in the Bay Area school system. And one of the main things we've done in the last month, thank you, is to bring support. To get support through our unions for the heroic grad student strikers at UC. Now, My local didn't have time enough to endorse this rally, but we are aware of your struggles, longshoremen, because last year they were going to take Peralta land over to build a new Steeler Stadium for the Oakland A's, which would have destroyed Laney College. We fought it, we beat it, and I hope you guys can do the same. Now, like the flyer says, the lives of you as essential workers, and you've never been more essential than right now, are threatened every day through the unsafe working conditions you are forced to work under for the sake of big business profit. Time to stand up and fight, and I'm hoping this rally is a step in that direction for you, for the whole labor movement, and for the whole world. Workers are rallying worldwide on May Day in protest. So what's to be done? If working conditions are unsafe, time to shut it down till it is. Now, one of the demands is to fully fund Cal OSHA. I have some personal experience with Cal OSHA I'd like to share with you. Back in the 1980s, when it was funded a whole lot better, I was working as a typesetter in a non-union printing plant, a pretty big place. Cal OSHA came to inspect it once a year. Work ran slow for the paste-up artist I was working with, so rather than cutting down her hours, they put her in the bindery, work she had zero experience with. The bindery machine they put her on was one that got rolled into the back whenever the Cal OSHA came by to inspect, so they wouldn't see it. So sure enough, a finger got cut off, and that was the end of her as a paste-up artist. So the moral of the story is don't rely on Cal OSHA. Rely on your own power here in the workplace. You're the ones who know what's safe and what's not a bunch of bureaucrats, pro-business bureaucrats in Sacramento. Now, on the subject of Sacramento, a lot of people in California think that Gavin Newsom is some sort of coronavirus hero. Well, everyone here knows better, because you know how, hand in glove with Donald Trump, Newsom was keeping the crew of the Grand Princess imprisoned on a death ship, never letting it dock and let people off in California. We and the whole labor movement need to break from the Democratic Party, which is no better than the Republicans. The words coming out of the mouths are different. When push comes to shove, they're a big business party. The tie between the Democrats and our unions is the curse of the American labor movement. We need a workers' party in alliance with black people, Latinos, all the oppressed, seeking fundamental social transformation. The horrible job the people who run this country have done in dealing with the pandemic proves that as long as we're still under a social system where nothing gets done unless someone makes a buck off of it, we here in the Bay Area, the people of America, the people of the world are in big trouble. Time for we, the workers, to take over and get rid of this entire capitalist system. Same struggle, same fight. Workers of the world unite!
Thank you.
All right, brothers and sisters, next up, we're going to bring Judy Greenspan. She's representing the Oakland Education Association.
Oakland Education Association is the union of public school teachers in Oakland, and we bring you our solidarity greetings. You were there with us when we went on strike last year. We're going to be here today throughout all the activities supporting the ILWU and all the struggles. When we get in the car caravan, which will probably be in about 15 minutes, one of the stops we're going to make is in front of, not stops, I'm sorry, let me say, one of the places we're going to pass by, because look at us, we are too big. We're going to be a really slow-moving snake moving up Broadway. We're going to slow down in front of the Oakland School District, OUSD, where there will be teachers and parents and students having a mini rally that will support the demands of the teachers and the community. We have thousands of students in Oakland who do not have access to Wi-Fi. All of the lessons right now are online. So there's an incredible inequity going on. Our students who already are underserved by the system are losing out. At the same time, the school board is continuing to threaten to close public schools and open up charters and manage co-locations. We want the school board to respond to the demands of the community. Teachers are trying to do what they can to make sure the communities are safe, to make sure the communities are fed. Many of us are donating our stimulus checks to the undocumented communities of our students, because our students' families are not getting these stimulus checks. It is only for people who have a certain immigration status in this country. So I want to urge you to be a part of the Caravan, which is being organized as a part of General Strike 2020, Cooperation Jackson. And this is a very, very exciting and historic May Day, even with the coronavirus and COVID-19. We are going to show the ruling class that it is the workers that run the country. It is the workers that run everything, because we're going to bring it to a halt. On to May Day. People over profits.
I want to introduce an ILWU Local 10 member who is running for District 3 City Council, Sister Faye Taylor.
Woo! I'm gonna wipe the. Okay. And then you could.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My name is Faye Taylor. I am a local 10 member running for District 3, and I want to support my union people. Also, I want to run for District 3 for the housing. Our seniors need housing. They're building all these apartments up, and we can't even afford to live in them. And that's one of the things I wanted to bring up. Also, let me see, about McClymonds High School. They want to tear down McClymonds High School, which has been in our district for years. I graduated from McClymonds. They want to tear it down and put luxury apartments there. I will not let them do it. If I got to march myself, all by myself. But I'm wanting you guys to come out and vote for me for District 3, November the 3rd. Please help me out.
If you guys don't remember, earlier this year, they tried to say that there was some kind of contaminant at McClymonds High School. Now, you remember that? That's a way to kind of get this to get rolling, to say, let's tear it down and rebuild. So you got to understand, you got to watch out for the bait and switch, because we have that happen often in our community, especially when they don't tell you things. Sometimes you got to stay up late night to watch the real news and get the real skinny what's going on in your community. So right now, I'm going to pass the mic back over to Trent Willis at Local 10.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edward Escobar. I'm the founder of the Alliance for Independent Workers. Si se puede, yes we can. Si se puede, yes we can. Si se puede, yes we can. So we need the support of America behind essential workers. We need to be provided with the personal protective equipment, the face mask, the gloves, everything, the hazard pay. We need the support, but this goes beyond just today, tomorrow, during the COVID AIDS crisis here. We need the support of the misclassifying of workers that needs to be addressed. AB 5 needs to be supported, and we need to have the support for the truckers. I have with me Justin Atkinson with Truckers Unite, if you want to come over, Justin. AI, automation, self-driving technology is going to damage and kill the future of work for all of our workers. The port workers are becoming automated. The trucks are being automated. Self-driving technology, all of this is being automated, and you have digital currency. Everything is being ushered in, people. So wake up, because this is going to control the future of work, and we will not have something to report to give us the dignity and the paycheck to survive. We are looking to have a sustainable living, but we need to drive that from the trenches as workers. Si se puede, yes we can. Together, the workers have the answers. The politicians, the legislators need to step up and do their job for us and support us workers. They cannot be in bed with the corporations. The problem is the corporate abuse. They are not contributing their fair share to the workers' safety net. That is why the workers are struggling at this time. Truckers like Justin here are struggling because you have corporations like Uber Freight, that are coming in and taking over. And they are damaging the industry for truckers. They're damaging for food delivery, Uber Eats. This is a gig economy, folks, and this is damaging everyone. So together, si se puede, yes we can. Si se puede, yes we can. Si se puede, yes we can. Thank you very much.
I want to bring up now a brother who's been doing a lot of excellent work in the organizing campaign and the campaign to stand up for workers' rights. Brother Steve Zeltzer, he is the host of Work Week, and he's creating the International Workers Channel to connect with workers all over the world. Brother Steve Zeltzer.
The action today is being broadcast all over the world. From Japan, from Korea, from Turkey, from South Africa, from Mexico. This is an international struggle because we are fighting international capitalists. Bezos and Amazon is all over the world, and they want to make money off of death. They're ordering workers to go to work in death traps, like the ship, the Grand Princess. Workers are kept in a Petri dish. They're dying. So we say to these bosses, like Bezos and Walmart and Amazon, the workers have the right to life. The workers have a right to life, and their lives come over your profits, your billions of dollars. In this country right now, this government, this corrupt, rotten, racist government is telling the meat workers they have to go back to work, and there's not going to be any safety protections. They should go back and occupy those plants. They should say, get the hell out to these bosses, these owners. These owners put profits over their lives. This is what's happening in this country and around the world. So we want to work. This is being streamed all over the world. We have to use these tools to get our story out. The corporate media is not covering this. The corporate media is not talking about the longshoremen, the fact that they can't get clean cabs and clean protection. It's up to us to develop that media. It's up to us to stop the death of longshoremen right here who died because they had containers here and they're not policing the containers. People are dying every day in this country because of the health and safety. We need a workers' movement that will defend people. And this historic action by the ILWU today is the most important in the United States, because the ILWU Local 10 and the locals here are saying we are going to stand up for all working people, for our members and all working people. We need the OEA, all the other unions need to join in. There's a paralysis of the unions here. A lot of these union bureaucrats want to collect their dues, but they're MIA. They're not on the front lines. They're not going to the workshop and finding out if you have your PPE. That's the job of a union. A job of a union is to protect the lives of the workers. If you can't do that, you're no damn good. That's the reality. So we need a trade union movement that fights for solidarity and tie together all our struggles, because we are not separate. We are united. The housing issue, the homeless issue, they're spending billions on war. They're spending billions on war when thousands of people are in tents, have no place to live. We have to stop that, and only a united working class movement can do that.
Hi everyone, we are here. We are from San Francisco. I'm here representing my community. They are waiting for me to speak in Spanish. Mi nombre es Lady Lavadores. Soy miembro de Young Worker United de San Francisco. Estamos aquí porque nosotros también somos trabajadores esenciales durante esta pandemia.
Te voy a hacer introducción. ¿Digo otra vez? Yo le voy a traducir en inglés. Usted diga en español y yo lo digo en inglés.
Estamos aquí desde San Francisco apoyando a todos estos trabajadores que están en huelga.
Hi, my name's Lady. I'm from Young Workers United. I'm an immigrant essential worker, and we're here supporting everyone who's on strike.
Los trabajadores inmigrantes también estamos trabajando. No tenemos protección y estamos aquí porque queremos leyes que nos protejan en estos momentos. Nuestras compañías están solamente acatando las leyes que se están creando en estos momentos.
I am here because we are also essential immigrant workers who need rights to protect us. The corporations are only aligning when there's laws that say that we should be protected.
Soy trabajadora de una compañía multimillonaria de comida rápida.
I am an essential worker for a large corporation of fast food.
Y nuestras compañías únicamente se están protegiendo como compañías para no ser afectadas. Nuestros empleados están esperando más apoyo.
And these corporations are really just protecting themselves so that they're not being affected. Employees need more. Dame una oración para que yo pueda decirte.
Nosotros estamos aquí apoyándolos. Quiero que sepan que nuestra comunidad es importante. Nosotros estamos trabajando con salarios mínimos.
We are here supporting, and I want everybody to know that we are immigrant workers who are working minimum wage.
Estamos obligados a salir a trabajar. No tenemos opción de quedarnos en nuestras casas, como muchos pueden hacerlo.
We are being forced to go outside and work. We are not able to stay home and work from home like many other people can.
Nosotros queremos, como centro de trabajadores, que la gente siga apoyando la creación de leyes para que todos los trabajadores que están expuestos en estos momentos al virus directamente trabajando en comida rápida, en los hospitales, en las calles, como repartidores de comida, que están expuestos con tantas personas al día, puedan ser apoyados de diferente manera. No solamente queremos recibir un sueldo, estamos haciendo un gran trabajo. Nosotros somos importantes.
We, as a worker center, are demanding that there are more laws that protect all types of workers, workers like fast food, workers in restaurants, workers at hospitals, because we deserve more.
Ya tiene que terminar. Okay. Gracias a todos por estar aquí apoyando la causa de todos los que están en huelga. Necesitamos que nuestra voz se escuche. Gracias.
Thank you here for being here. We're here to support everyone on strike, and we need to make sure our voices are heard. Thank you.
All right, brothers and sisters. Next, I want to bring up Sister Carol Fife. She's from the ACE Project.
What's up, everybody? Listen, I'm asking for translators because the majority of my folks that came from my organization today are Spanish-speaking members. Even some of them are even undocumented, who are standing in their power to push back on the systems that are oppressing all of us, right? So I want to make sure that they can hear and understand what I'm saying, and that I'm lifting them up as part of our base in our community that deserves protection, in the same way that workers need protection, in the same that tenants need protection, in the same way that the ILWU needs protection from gentrification, from the Oakland A's, in the same way that we all need to unite our fights in order to win. So I'm going to ask one more time, is Gabby here? Do we have translators here? Spanish? In the meantime, because we got to get it moving, y'all. Y'all, it's a bunch of stops. It's a bunch of stops on this action today. What? They told me to wrap it up. The point is, what we need to be here and understand today is that this is one fight. We have one enemy that we're fighting, that they are showing all of us that our lives do not matter. To the bosses who are displacing us, the bosses who are demanding that we show up for work without PPE, the bosses that are telling us that we don't deserve to live here, that have homelessness doubling in 2 years in our county. We have to fight. We have no other choice. This is not working for me. We have no other choice but to unite all of our struggles right now. Right now. Capitalism is on its knees. It's greed that has people going back to work and reopening the economy right now. And if we do not unite educators, health healthcare workers, union workers, homeless folks, renters, small landlords, all of the folks who are under the boot of the 1%, the 0.5% of 1%. We all will lose. So we need to, when you call me for a fight, when you call me for your fight, we all need to get on the horn and come up to support each other. Because if we do not, we will all perish together. We can win right now. We can win right now. Do y'all hear me?
Yes.
We can win right now.
Podemos ganar ahora.
There you go. There you go.
Ganar ahora.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede.
If we unite,
Si nos unimos,
our enemies are.
nuestros enemigos son.
And this is a unique time in history.
Pero este
Right?
es un momento en
We
la
are living
historia.
in a unique time right now.
Estamos viviendo en un tiempo único y que podemos marcar una historia.
And solamente, everything that we have to lose is on the line. That's all.
That's all.
That's all. Just everything that we love. So what are you willing to put on the line? Y'all come here and risk your lives. You-
¿Qué vas a poner en medio de esta línea?
A lot of the work that we do, we're seeing the frontline workers
Veces decimos que la línea de los trabajadores
are now worth our attention. That's my Bernie beat. So I'm gonna wrap it up right now. I got y'all back. We have to have each other's. Thank y'all for allowing me this opportunity.
All right, before I bring up our next speaker, brothers and sisters, I want to recognize all of the International Longshore and Warehouse Union Local 10 members. And all of the ILWU Local 34 members. 75 members. We hear you out there. And before I bring up our next speaker, I want to talk a little bit about him. He's a retired ILWU Local 10 member, a brother who has stood fast for workers' rights and the social movement and social justice for all. But before I bring him up, I want you ILWU members to bring him up right. So we're gonna lead a chant. You guys ready? Yeah. You ready? Yeah. When I say union, you say fight. Union. Fight. Union. Fight. When I say people, you say fight. People. Fight. People. Fight. When I say local, you say 10. Local. 10. Local. 10. Local. 10. Right on, brothers.
Yeah. Brothers and sisters, comrades, I may not be able to be with my wife for 2 weeks because she told me not to get out the car today. I want to salute each and every one of you who are here on this historic occasion. Let's be very mindful of something. It is ILWU Local 10. The baddest, the boldest, and the blackest, and the only black local on the west coast of the ILWU. Look at the cranes boomed up. The cranes are boomed up. Yeah. To show the power of the working class. Yeah. The power at the point of production.
Yeah. Don't forget 34.
Local 34.
All right.
Brother Keith Shanklin, who was the Secretary Treasurer of the Million Worker March movement.
Yeah.
Brother Trent Willis, President of Local 10, conceived of the idea of the Million Worker March.
Right.
Ralph Schoenman is here today, who was in charge of communications. I am making these points because of this. One of the demands that came out of the Million Worker March, where we assembled at the Lincoln Memorial in 2004, was to reclaim and revive May Day. May Day commemorates the struggle and the life and death fight that workers engaged in order to end child exploitation. Workers having to work from 12 to 16 hours a day. And what do we see now in 2020? More than 31 governors are saying that if workers don't go to work, they will lose their unemployment benefits. It's your job or your life. We've gone all the way back. And today, it is only ILWU Local 10, not the rest of the locals up and down the coast of the west coast of the ILWU. And why is that? Why is that? Because Local 10 refuses to buckle under Donald Trump. Other locals in the ILWU have become influenced under Donald Trump. Donald Trump says, go back to work on International Workers' Day. That was no accident. Right. He wants you to break any kind of connection that you have with workers all around the world. That's right. Right. The world is watching. That's right. When people say, well, what did Local 10 do when the ILWU moved to the right? We stood up and we started to fight. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I want to close with this. Sister Fife connected on some very important points. Yeah. We have a billionaire by the name of John Fisher, who owns the Oakland A's, the Gap, Banana Republic, and a whole bunch of more bullshit. He is a leading funder and advocate for privatization of public schools through charterization. Right. Rocketship. What's the other one, Steve? KIPP. KIPP, yep. Taking money from our children. Oh. And yet Libby Schaaf says, give him 50 acres of the property here at the Port of Oakland. No. Hell no. Hell no. No, Libby. Hell no. No. They want to build a 34,000-seat baseball park, 3,000 skybox condominiums, a 400-room hotel, 1.9 million square feet of retail space at the third busiest port on the West Coast. We've got some 300 women that work in this port. Yeah, many of them women of color who make some of the best wages in the country. Are we going to stand by and let this crap go down on our watch? No. Hell no. And I'm going to conclude with this. We've got to connect our struggles. Yes. The nurses. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but today, workers who have no union, who work for Amazon, Trader Joe's, and others are leaving the job today. Yes. Standing up. Yeah. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Si se puede. Si se puede. I'm the steel para todos. I'm the steel para todos. An injury to one is an injury to all. United we stand, divided we fall. Long live ILWU Local 10. Long live the memory of Harry Bridges. Long live the memory of Leo Robinson. Let's remember all of the radicals who've contributed to this history. Brother Jack Heyman. Brother Larry Wright. Brother Herb Mills. And it's so many others. An injury to one is an injury to all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's roll.
Injury to one is an injury to all.
All right, thank you, Brother Clarence Thomas. Hey, y'all, give Brother Clarence Thomas one more round of applause. All right, we're going to get ready to move on here. We want everybody to please join the caravan. But before we go, as a Local 10 member, ILWU Local 10 member, and as ILWU Local 10's president, I want to dedicate this May Day to Brother Harry Bridges and to Brother Leo Robinson.
Yes! Yes!
Leo Robinson was an activist, and he was a member of the ILWU Local 10, and he was my mentor. And he was the reason why myself and Brother Clarence Thomas are out here today. So I wanted to make sure I recognize that. And all you Local 10 members in the house, let's make some noise before we go. Union! Fight! Union! Fight! When I say people, you say fight. People! Fight! People! Fight! When I say local, you say 10. Local!